Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Final Fantasy Randomizer race. This time we're doing a new player showcase. We've got four very good new runners to the community to feature here today. I'm joined in the commentary booth by Melee Wizard. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
So tell us about the flags that we're going to be running today.
All right, so mostly these flags are reminiscent of the first stage of the upcoming Randomizer League, which will be coming up in about a couple weeks. We've got the usual fare when it comes to FF1 Randomizer. You got your treasure, your shops, magic, enemy stats, script spells, and all that. But a couple of the notable ones that have come down the line in recent months. First things first, we got enemy forced encounter tiles, which means all of your trap tiles, like your Wizards in Marsh, your Eye and Ice, the Blue Dragon and Mirage Tower, all those encounters are shuffled amongst themselves, and you don't know what you're going to get until you land on it. So that's going to be an interesting thing. The incentivized locations for this race are the Castle Ordeal's Tail Chest and the TNT Chest in Corneria, with the tail and all the required items being incentivized items. So just from Ordeals alone, we're going to be seeing a couple of those randomized trap tiles, and we'll see what our runners will have to deal with in that front.
So as far as the party composition goes, we have Fighter, Thief, Red Mage, Black Mage. What do you think about this party comp?
Well, You've got a pretty good mix. You got your fighter, which as long as you get good equipment, will be able to handle the damage front. You'll be having the thief. You'll be able to run from fights if you feel like keeping him alive, and you'll at least have some good attack magic. Though, depending on how the white magic shakes out, we might have some issues.
Yeah, certainly with the fighter being able to learn some white magic through promotion, having some double coverage with life between fighter and the red mage would be nice, but all depends on where life and life 2 land, I would say, and possibly fade as well.
But at the very least, attack magic shouldn't be an issue, but that all depends on where those spells land too, like your Ice 3, your Nuke, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, early nuke would be, it would be a strong indicator that you should leave the thief alive, because thief with 4 nuke charges is certainly nice to have. And looks like we're off.
We are on our way. So let's see what things we got in our Corneria shops. Fast level 1 in the black magic, and exit wall and fog 2 in the white magic.
So it looks like wall and exit able to be learned by the red mage. So zap also an interesting consideration. Definitely going to land on both the red mage and the black mage. You don't want to have an AoE instant death spell and not have 2 shots to cast it.
And we see St. Von Jester going straight for Garland. Trying to zap him and succeeds. Nice.
Yeah, I don't mind this play at all. The tricky part with Garland is because zap is so inaccurate and you have so few charges of it, it's a little difficult for it to be safe. It looks like Elastoid's checking the chests. We'll see what's in there.
And meanwhile, from St. Von Jester, we have the king has the floater and the princess has the rod. Having that early floater, that eases a lot of concerns, although we don't have the canoe or the ship yet.
Yeah, the next big thing is to find the canoe, and if there was an incentive location to get to, I would definitely be headed towards that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Saint heads to provoke after this.
Although, since we have the extended open progression, we could actually get all the way to Elfland without the canoe. Not that that would help us right now.
Yeah, you never know if the oh, and it looks like Looks like Girl Drink Drunk took a wipe and did not save, so has to start over again. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's... You don't want to see that.
Yeah, I always like to safety save in the first town just to avoid that, because that's, it's easy 30 minutes down the drain, and always feels bad doing that.
So looking at some of the chests in Temple of Fiends, I saw a cabin. Looks like a bit of money as well.
Yeah, so Jester deciding to skip those chests, it's going to pay off for him. We'll see. Looks like he's going back up to see what they are. He can just reset out if he is not too happy with what he sees then.
Yeah, it was just a bit of money. Not really that much money either. Not probably. I'm sure once Saint Von Jester sees those, we'll probably reset back out.
See Elastoid picking up Confuse as well. Definitely don't mind that, especially, it's good insurance for the carry fight if the magic proves to be not so great. And Neon is going to pick up her floater and rod.
And not very good weapons and armor to choose from, but hey, it's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, the Silver Sword is nice to see, but not for as much as it costs. So probably the best option is just spend your cash on cabins and book it to Provoca, and that's exactly what Saint's doing right now.
And definitely getting some good mileage out of Zap in the early going.
Yeah, Zap being time elemental means that it's not resisted by anything in the game except for chaos. But on the flip side, it is low accuracy. So as the magic defense goes up, it's going to be less and less reliable. But for early game, you're perfectly fine using that and cruising to wherever you need to go.
All right, so let's see what we got for level 2. Well, we got life.
Yeah, that's a huge pickup, and because it's level 2, it's also learnable on the night, so there's the double coverage there, and this is going to seem like, a pretty safe arrangement.
And there's our AoE damage in Ice 3.
Ice 3 is nice, sets you up for the volcano fairly early. You'll get a lot of Ice 2 charges, so if you happen to get the canoe from this, a armory dive looks very attractive.
So is there anything that could be here besides ship or canoe?
I mean, I suppose the canal and the ship could both be in Marsh, but not particularly likely. And Saint's gonna pick up his canoe.
Yep. I guess it's mostly just the fact that there's really no other incentivized locations around here outside of Keylock Corneria.
Yeah.
So I figured getting access to the airship would come sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Trenton bringing up a good point. The crown leading to the key would have been possible.
Yeah, that would. But given that you have to do all that stuff on foot, that would definitely be a long trip.
Yeah. So, sure, everyone's going to be happy when they find that canoe, and it's just going to be the big gumball rally to the desert to pick up that airship.
And not to mention probably stopping by Crescent Lake, see what item we get from them too. Which one flag that I didn't mention was the Confused Old Men flag, which, if you haven't seen that before, just watch. I am not going to spoil it for you if you don't already know.
All right, we have houses and tents and pure potions for sale in Crescent Lake, so being able to pick up houses early on always feels good.
And there's our confused old men just wandering around the park, all, as is their wont, and there's the crown.
So there you go, sets you up for the key lock chests quite nicely.
You know, having access to the crown chain early is also nice, especially when you have the airship and you can just zip from one place to another real quick.
Yeah, and I definitely would think about, yeah, it looks like Saint's gonna take care of this as fast as possible. One of the nice things, not only do you get access to the equipment, but Astos gives you quite a bit in the levels department. So being able to take this boss down, it's, you know, you get 2 levels, and that sets you up to cast level 3 magic most of the time. So it fits really nice as far as efficiency goes.
Don't see anything of worth in the armor shop at Crescent Lake.
Yeah, no sightings of the pro rings, the gold bracelets. Silver bracelets are also nice to find early, and just to keep in the back of your mind, the steel armor is also nice to find. Just in case you don't find anything good as far as armor goes for the night. So we've got the crystal getting cashed in, and hey, there's some opal armor.
Opal armor and rune sword, not a bad pickup for the early game.
Yeah, rune sword is nice. That can get kicked over to the thief once the knight is done with it.
And looks like we got Elastoid following suit, starting the crown chain as well.
Yeah, the earlier you can get that done, the better. The equipment is going to set you up to make the rest of your excursions through dungeons a lot easier. And since one of the incentivized locations is key locked anyway, it makes perfect sense to just go in and clean all these areas out.
Got house, silver gauntlet, and money in the elf treasury.
And some ogres and creeps just hanging out on the airship, waiting to ambush.
And on at least a third look at the black magic, I saw lit 3, fire 3, and warp in level 6.
Ooh, so that is quite a lot of good stuff there, especially warp. Having warp going through ordeals certainly saves you a lot of time. So it's one of those things where now you have to consider how you're going to route things. You can defer your trip to ordeals until you get some level 6 charges, but how long do you want to do that? Because it also fits kind of nicely into where you are at levels right now. So,
and we saw Bane in level 3 magic. There's gold art bracelet, but they are very pricey.
Yeah, and this is one of the benefits of doing the crown chain first is you may just pick up enough money just off of the loose chests and things that you can sell.
Meanwhile, we have Girl Drink Drunk taking a trip to Sarda and getting the slab.
Well, it's a pretty convenient location for that. You can stop off in Melmond and get it translated before you forget.
And last night, visiting the Northwest Treasury, I didn't see one of the items, but the other two didn't look like much.
There's about 10k in gold in there, so not a...
Okay, that was the one I didn't see then. Ooh, Fade level 3.
Yeah, that is... did not see whether that was Red Mage learnable, though.
I think it was the first slot, I think, which I believe it is.
Ah, good pickup then.
And the cube in the Corneria chest.
So only thing left to check out is Dwarf Cave. Girl Drink Drunk is starting the Crown Chain right now, and Neon is going to check out Cardia. And there's a good amount of cash there so far.
And of course, the dragons are getting in the way, but that's what exit's for.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're stealing their hoard, so.
So we got Elastoid and Saint Von Jester in the dwarf treasury. Pretty much just money.
Yeah, but we have a ribbon in Cardia.
Oh,
big pickup.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, Cardia Swamp has a ribbon. Definitely one that you want to hold on to. And I think with all of the Crown Chain pickups, that's probably enough for a gold bracelet, and that's going to be a real nice pickup.
And the Vorpal sword as well.
Yeah, so nicely stacked Cardia. Just a little bit inconvenient as far as the tail location, but haven't seen what's for sale, so.
Which we may... Yep, that's the tail for 15k in the vanilla location.
All right, head on back, get your promotion. So both of these moves, I would say, are paying off quite well. Doing the Crown Chain is nice. You end up in Elfland with a ton of money, but there's a lot of good stuff in Cardia, so.
And I'm also seeing I see Quad X in level 4.
Yeah, one of the better single target spells.
And Life 2 in level 4 as well.
Red
and immediately learnable as well. Nice.
Yeah, so a lot of good stuff available. Life 2, unfortunately, out of the range of the knight, but Life 1 is really will be just as good as a safety measure.
Seeing Quake and Brack in level 5.
Brack good to pick up for the Tiamat fight. Quad X a little more reliable as far as instant death goes, and Neon is going to pick up the Sarda special here. Saint's going to stop in the armor shop of Melmond, and there are silver bracelets there, so nice pickup for everybody, except for the knight.
So everyone's pretty much just following in each other's footsteps at this point, so it's just a matter of where is the next major location that we end up going to.
Yeah, as soon as Saint clears this out, he'll get enough cash to pick up the tail. So it just all depends on when do you want to start diving dungeons, and so far everyone's just getting ready for that. You've got the Vorpal, you've got the ribbon, you've got the tail, you've got opal armor. That's kind of the bare minimum. At this point, I could definitely see the argument for just booking it to the end. But there are quite a lot of chests along the way that you could pick up to make your odds better. So we'll see what runners decide to do. Elastoid's going to pick up a full set of Pro Rings and Provoca, and that's going to help a lot.
Ah, I didn't even see those for sale. Also got a set of steel armor along the way as well.
Yeah, Pro Rings for about, 2k, so...
Oh, geez, those were some cheap steel armors, or unless that was... was that 5k for steel armor?
Yeah, so they rolled at the low end. both of them.
And it looks like Saint Von Jester heading for Gaia.
Yeah, gonna land on top of the inn first, and then head on in. But we got Cat Claws in the vanilla spot.
Yeah, not really worth much though.
Yeah, nothing for sale here, so. So with Cube getting picked up from the Canaria Treasury and Chime being available from the slab location, runners could dive straight into Mirage Tower if they choose to. Not really liking that move with the levels.
Yeah, that would be a very dangerous gambit. But if they are able to survive and maybe knock out a fight or two, that would be a lot of experience for them.
Yeah, I think the Volcano Treasury is probably a little bit safer of a move, although there's been a lot of good equipment already found so far. Girl Drink Drunk is going to pick up his ribbon. So a lot of good moves from the runners so far. Before diving dungeons, knock out what you can. Just any good item that you find in these treasure chests can just make diving into a dungeon, your odds of surviving that much better. And we've got Saint promoting and throwing the Opal armor on.
The Opal armor is the second best armor in the game for knights?
Yeah, it is just as strong as the dragon armor defense-wise, but with resistance to lightning only versus the main three elements.
So we've gotten one of our incentivized locations, and looks like Saint Von Jester is heading for the other one in Castle Ordeals.
Yeah, not gonna wait on levels for for 6 to get those warp charges. Just gonna go for it. Gonna take this Saria fight, which will give him good experience.
Well, they have to. It was an unrunnable fight.
Yeah. One of those things where you are gently encouraged by the randomizer to do the right thing.
And we got Girl Drink Drunk getting collecting the chime out of Lefane.
Just gonna reset out of that Zombull fight with no easy access to fire spells.
Or harm spells for that matter.
Yeah, probably a good move. Although, maybe it would have been worth it to throw out a Fade to see if they rolled low HP.
Ooh, and we got Saint Von Jester taking the trap tile over in Ordeals and finding a Gershark.
Yeah, just checking it out to see if it's something that he could beat up pretty easily. Looks like he's not intending to take too many fights in here. Yeah, good turn order, Fade going off before the Ice 3. Ice just not very effective against undead monsters.
I see Flame Shield in the first floor Mirage.
And we've got a Tyro, and don't you do it. No! took you 2 turns, Elastoid. Your stake is too tough. 3 turns. Just send it back.
Yeah, well, Tyros are good experience, but at some point you just gotta wonder if it's worth the effort.
Yeah, one of the things about the Tyro fight is because of their high magic resist, if you don't have a strong physical attacker, those fights could take quite a while.
Meanwhile,
So-
Saint Von Jester finding an Agama encounter at the Nightmare tile and taking re-entering that fight a couple times.
Yeah, so he's just gonna pick up, all of the levels that. He's basically doubled his level total here, just taking this fight. Looks like they've rolled pretty low health too.
And Elastoid is following along, heading into ordeals as well.
So yeah, it goes from 7 to 14, and I would say that that's about enough, but he's just going to keep going here. In the meantime, Elastoid is going to take down this 5-pack of Sorcerers, who are also good experience, but looks like they rolled a little high on the HP side. And Girl Drink Drunk is going to take out Sphinxes. So all in all, I would say the runners are doing a very good job of finding levels efficiently along the way.
And another flag that I had forgotten to mention, our XP scaling, I believe it's 2.4 times plus 120, but it's also increased by 20% for every key item they find.
Yeah, so another reason to go take care of as many of the incentivized locations as possible first. That experience gain really adds up. And by the time you get into Sky, those encounters are just loaded with experience points.
Oh yeah, definitely. And if you just happen to find, like, say, the ship or the TNT in some random chest, all the better for you.
Yeah, finally you're not upset at pulling those dead items. Looks like Opal Bracelet was in the top floor of... Yeah, so good pickup there as well. Best mage armor in the game.
And found a Bane Sword as well.
Bane Sword, nice for the Tiamat fight.
And it's the loot, the incentivized item in ordeals.
So everyone has to come to ordeals at some point. And it's always nice finding the loot at an incentivized location versus just a loose chest, because a loose chest loot can be anywhere in the game, and it's just feels real bad when you're looking for that one.
And it looks like the trap tile at the end of ordeals was a stowaway from the Hall of Giants from Earthcave.
Meanwhile,
I don't think Elastoid or Girl Drink Drunk actually took any of those Agama fights, or more than just the one.
yeah, Girl Drink Drunk came into ordeals at 13 though, so didn't really need to do that. Good move by Girl Drink Drunk here as well, moving the Thief into the lead slot and throwing the Opal armor on there. The Thief, not only good at running away, but also pretty good at mitigating ambushes.
And I think we see Saint Von Jester's declaration in the regarding Tyros.
Yeah, not sure why he's trying to freeze the steak, but guess he's not hungry right now. And Neon's gonna do the right thing. Just leave the Tyro alone.
Well, as mentioned before, if an enemy is tanky enough, sometimes it's just not worth the effort taking him out. Especially if spells like Zap or Bane or something just aren't working for you right now.
Yeah, it's one of the things to consider is not only the amount of time or the amount of experience that an enemy has, but the amount of time it takes to get through them. A Nacho that rolls low is, probably better than, a Tyro, even though he's got more experience.
Yeah, it's just between how much experience you get per fight and how many fights you get per any particular stretch of time.
Yeah, and the runners have been getting a lot better at efficiently collecting experience. Not only just the new runners, but the community in general. So just one of those things where before with the black belt meta, you saw people find a grind spot, get all your levels there, and then run from everything else. Now people are a lot more familiar with what are good fights to take and what aren't. So kind of a nice direction the meta's heading.
Yeah, I guess if nothing else, it also helps promote, using other party groups. Although it's kind of a moot point here since we're kind of fixed to the one. But
so Lastoid may be the first person to head into the waterfall. We'll see in a bit.
yeah, because we really the only. Well, I guess you could go to. You can complete Earth, you can complete Volcano, but nobody's touching those yet. But really, the only things we're really missing is the bottle at this point.
Yeah, and I suspect this is going to be one of those annoying situations where you have to come to the on-rec area to get the bottle and then leave.
So it looks like Neon Gray having a bit of trouble in ordeals with the ninja going down, but had some heals still left over and is able to pick him back up.
All right, first view of the waterfall cave and a bunch of mud golems, and looks like Elastoid doesn't want any part of that. So as far as weapons go, Vorpal being the big ticket item, no one else has found Excal or Mazmune or the defense sword.
Yeah, not even defense, no.
I don't think we've seen Sun Sword either. So
no. I think the best sword we've seen besides Vorpal was like the Dragon Sword.
Yeah, I think there's been a light axe sighting, but that doesn't feel great either. Question in chat, does anyone have a link to the FF1 Rando Discord? Well, you're in luck. It's right there in chat, so thanks, Will.
And now we've got 3 people here in Waterfall, and Elastoid just reaching the end, so we'll see what we've got here. Both in the chests and what the robot's giving us.
Yeah, looks like the nightmares got shoved ahead a little bit, but they like hanging out here anyway, so it's a natural fit.
Well, that wasn't the trap tile.
Oh, okay.
Potion, and yep, there's the bottle.
2 more chests to check, and nothing super convenient, so...
Yeah, a whole lot of nothing in Waterfall, except for the one thing that you needed to have.
Yeah, and I think...
So it looks like the trap tile was actually gargoyles this time. Wow.
It's no fun when there's 9 of them in Earth and they have something nasty, but looks like everybody got through it okay.
Yeah, well, I remember in the weekly back last Thursday, the incentivized chest in Marsh was guarded by a blue dragon. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, I think the worst experience I had was they replaced the wizards with Phantom.
Ooh.
And I was going with 2-man strats, so yeah, I just got murdered.
And normally Phantom's not that big of a threat, but when you're facing off against when you're possibly single digit levels, yeah, that's a bit. Phantom can really show you what he's made of.
Yeah, no spells, just death. So Lastoid's going to dig out first floor of Mirage. Usually doesn't take too much time, and these vampire encounters, when you roll 5 of them or 4 of them, are pretty good experience.
And I believe we saw Girl Drink Drunk head there. I think the best thing I saw out of there was the fire shield.
Alright, gonna equip the Bane Sword, so...
Well, use what you got. Oh, there's the Thor Hammer.
Yeah, Thor Hammer is always nice to find before you head into the Sea Shrine. But with the Bane Sword, you've also got AoE that works pretty well against that Wizards and Red Sahag fight. And some level 6 pickups here.
Yeah, Harm 3, not the best thing to find.
Yeah, Temper at 6 is nice. Unfortunately, the Red Mage can't learn it.
Well, goodness knows you got a ton of money on hand. Might as well make the most of it. But having the ninja with saber, which I believe we just saw Saint Von Jester do, that could be an interesting thing if we have a good weapon for him.
Yeah, if he finds a katana, that'll pay off.
Or if anything, just something good for the night and move the Vorpal over to there.
That is true. It does feel a little bad with the Vorpal on the ninja. The ninja does feel the pinch of that low attack rating a little bit more than the knight does.
And we have our first dive into Volcano.
Alright, so at about 34 minutes in, time to start diving Fiend Dungeons. Elastoid, the way he's approaching this, looks like he's gonna just keep going until he finds a better weapon.
Well, there's Opal Gauntlet, but you're not going to replace the Pro Ring with that.
Nah, not unless you've got a ribbon on the knight. But I think he's already bought a pile of Pro Rings, so no reason to pick that up.
Well, we did get a Pro Cape in the Volcano Armory.
And another Gargoyle sighting.
Another Light Axe. And a Heal Helmet. And it looks like frost dragons are guarding the Sky Castle this time around.
Well, it's trading one blue dragon for another.
And Lastoid not bothering to just skipping right past the chests in the first floor of Sky.
Yeah, I feel like if you've got spare warp charges, it's good to check those guys out. The 5 and the 4 are definitely worth it. The vanilla Bane Sword chest, probably not. But just note with the experience gains, he's already at level 20. No orbs lit, and he's at level 20.
And we got an Ive that has Blizzard. Yeah, so we got three of our runners in Volcano and our fourth in Sky.
And Go Drink Drunk finds the Mazmune on the way down to carry.
Nice.
So Vorpal on the Ninja, Mazmune on the Knight. Probably, step on it from here on out. See how fast you can clear out the rest of those dungeons.
And we're seeing 4 racers here. There's actually a total of 6 racers in this race, plus another another room full of veterans running the same seed with another group of 6.
Yeah, and Girl Drink Drunk just elects to not pick up another chest from here on out. Elastoid finds a second ribbon. Very, very nice to have, and some flame armor as well, so that'll go right on the knight. Or no, that'll go right on the ninja, actually.
He did not actually equip the ribbon.
Uh-oh.
I hope that doesn't come back to bite him. It's probably going to take some big insta-kill hitting like 3 of his party members for him to realize that he never equipped that second ribbon.
Yeah, and Saint's going to pick up his Mazmune as well, bursting into the same room where Girl Drink Drunk found it.
And Neon Gray found it as well.
So, looks like all-out offense here. Just throwing Fade, fast, you name it. Get this fiend out of here.
And carry goes down pretty quick when we got our first orb lit at about 38 minutes.
Yeah, and Girl Drink Drunk, as well as the rest of the group, they're in position to just go mode every other dungeon from here on out. So we could see some sub-hour entries into Temple of Fiends.
Ooh, and we found the Adamant as well.
That's interesting. I mean, always nice to find a key item to boost levels, but we'll see if that actually gets cashed in or not.
Well, hey, one character, Knight with the X-Cal, Ninja with the Mazmune. Why not?
Yeah, I certainly think as far as Temple of Fiends goes, having 2 physical damage sources, pretty nice. Looks like Grey Worm's rolled a ton of health too.
And I've got the Zeus Gauntlet on Elastoid's side.
But now we know that both Xcal and Mazmune are in Volcano. So anyone that didn't do Volcano first, if their goal is to just dig chests until they find a weapon better than Vorpal, they're gonna be in some rough shape. And I think Elastoid hasn't even found it.
Elastoid having a bit of something to think about for the future. These Whiz Vamps are unrunnable. Something to think about when we're on the air floor in Topher. I think we see a Power Gauntlet sighting as well at Volcano.
Alright, so Volcano certainly was the play. And we've got some seafood in there as well. And yeah, that Power Gauntlet was, you could get that without actually stepping on an encounter tile. So Girl Drink Drunk just elected to go mode and not open any other chests. And Saint picking up, some of the easier chests along the way is going to get rewarded for it.
And Elastoid going across the Bridge of Destiny and making the way across. I think it only had one encounter the whole way.
Yeah, fine run, and we'll see if any Brack strats come into play here. I mean, you bought it, you might as well use it.
Yep.
Alright, Vorpal, 2 hits, 2 damage.
Oh, and Tiamat has slow. Oh no.
Well, slow is exactly what this fight is going to be. You might want to dig the Bane Sword out at this point.
No, he still has 3 more charges of Brack. That one didn't work.
Alright, meanwhile, Saint Quad X's carry.
Nice.
And Neon is about to get into the carry fight.
And Teeman has Blaze as well.
Yeah, that one's a little rough to deal with. The strong elemental attacks are not fun to get hit with when you don't have any elemental protection, and that's when you really feel it, not only having one ribbon.
Though I noticed that the last way did a double shot of fast on the knight, and that counteracted the slow.
Yep. So the first fast will counteract the effects of slow, and then the second fast is required to get the double hits. So
well, I think that was still. I think that it was still doing 4 hits, so maybe Teeman had rolled a decent amount of evasion.
yeah, not surprising. The Fiends have pretty good stats, so they get some beneficial rolls quite often. Alright, Blastoid picking up Saber on the Ninja. Girl Drink Drunk, meanwhile, just plowing through Earth here, and
Yep, not stopping for anything.
yep, and a Orblit for Neon, the Fire Fiend down.
Yep, that's one orb for everybody. So as far as actual game progress is good, oh well, there's the Phantom. Gotta wonder, is Girl Drink Drunk is about to take on Lich, which is really of no consequence. Though Elastoid did take out what some might consider the longest dungeon in the Mirage Tower Sky Fortress combo.
He dug out a lot of chests doing that, and really wasn't rewarded with anything more significant than a second ribbon. And you're really looking for, the powerful stuff that was seen in Volcano, like the Power Gauntlet, the Defense Sword, the Mazmune, and the Adamant. So, with all the good stuff sitting in Volcano, if he decides to, and he's going to Volcano now, so if he digs these chests out, he should be in pretty good shape as well.
Definitely looking like he's doing that while Girl Drink Drunk gets the second orb lit.
Yep, and
pretty much has free reign to, well, once they turn in the bottle and Gaia, you have pretty much have free reign to whether you want to do Sea Shrine next or Sky Palace next. And, well, there's a nuke sighting, level 7.
And with the experience available, probably we'll get a couple casts of it if you want it, so not too bad to pick that up. Alright, Girl Drink Drunk picks up the Oxyel, so there is Sea Shrine in the future. Although I think it would be a little more efficient routing-wise to head into Mirage.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing.
Leave him alone. No!
You tried to nuke, but had no charges of it. And Tyro with stun touch, too. And St. Von Jester making quick work of Lich, getting their second orb lit.
Elastoid is going to dig out his Mazmune and just...
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
No, he's skipping right past it. Looks like he's skipping right past this whole floor.
No, that's 5 hits for 437. He definitely picked it up. So he must have been leaving the room as I glanced over.
Meanwhile, Neon Gray turning in the Adamant, getting the X-Cal.
So X-Cal Mazmune, pretty solid combination.
And I noticed one weapon that not in his inventory, and I'm sure some people might take umbrage about that.
I think she made the right call.
Well, I mean, you could have put the Vorpal on the Red Wizard, right? Can the Red Wizard equip that?
Yeah, but those hands are busy casting spells.
Fair. Well, true enough.
All right, first dip into the pool for Saint. And Elastoid's turn to beat up Carrie.
Okay, I see in comment, I see Elastoid did pick up the Mass Mute. And looks like Neon Gray heading for Mirage Tower as well.
So yeah, just now it's a race to the finish, and we'll see how quickly everybody can knock these floors out. And yeah, if there's any Warmech encounters, come on.
And I guess we'll see if how well Girl Drink Drug's strategy of just skipping past everything, how well that strategy will pay off here.
Well, they've got oh yeah, Fade learnable on the night as well, so never say no to that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But they yeah, Girl Drink Drunk has definitely enough equipment to finish this out. The Power Gauntlet would have been very nice to pick up, but not essential for the gear that they currently have. All right, we find the TNT in the Sharknado room. And all right.
If nothing else, finding the TNT, that's more experience for you.
Yeah, just makes those Medusa encounters that much nicer.
So I presume that turning that into getting the canal, would the canal count as an extra key item?
I think so, but I just don't see it being worth the time investment unless you haven't checked those treasure chests out down there yet.
Yeah, I would agree, but just a thought for the future, I guess.
Oh, Saint's going up. He's taking the long way. Falconic.
Oh, is that the long way?
That is the long way.
Huh.
Of
course, I never go that way myself, so.
Yeah, I think it's exactly the same amount of steps, but it's just longer because you have more total steps, even though you're walking on a bunch of spaces at the south of a room.
Right. So it's not advancing the encounter table, yeah. All right, so we got Girl Drink Drunk facing off against Tiamat and getting slowed, and Saint Von Jester about to face off against Kraken. We'll see what he's packing.
All right, first glimpse at Kraken. I'm gonna cast Fast with the Ninja, and just go straight for the Ice 3 charges. And okay.
Oh, the Black Wizard survived a hit. Wow.
No crits on that swing from Kraken, so this is looking like a pretty safe encounter.
It looks like we're seeing Brack and Bane going on against Tiamat, and nothing's working so far.
This is always my experience with when I try these. The math says it should be higher,
Oop,
but
there's the Brack.
unlucky. There we
Team
go.
broken into pieces, and Kraken is down as well on St. Von Jester's side.
Yeah, and really with getting smacked by slow, that's probably the fastest way of getting through that fight. Alright, so 3 orbs apiece for Saint and Girl Drink Drunk, and they just gotta swap places now. And looks like Neon is debating whether or not she wants to dig some more treasure chests out. She also has 2 petrified party members, so...
Yeah, that's a problem. I don't know if... We'll see if they bought soft potions before coming in here.
This is, I mean, with respect to the enemies that you run into here, it's not too bad of a problem, especially if you have Mazmune and Excal available.
Yeah, but it looks like either they don't have stone soft potions, or they're just opting not to use it until later.
Yeah, this is, I don't necessarily disagree with this as a leveling strategy, because, funneling a lot more levels into the fight, your melee fighters at the end game.
Yeah, because that was 2 levels just from that one fight.
Yeah, so, I mean...
And looking at the inventory, he does not have soft potions at all, so he couldn't bring the... More to the point, bring the... I think those were both spellcasters. Both the red and black mage are the stoned ones, I think. Unless I'm misreading it.
Yeah, she's committed to this strategy now, but I think she'll be okay as long as she doesn't run into the Man-Cat Medusa encounter, because that's going to take quite a long time to cut through.
And Lastoid facing off against Lich.
Yeah, and while we have a second here, if you enjoy what you're seeing on Randomania today, please throw the runners that we have featured to follow. They run a lot of Final Fantasy Randomizer and some other randomizers as well. And make sure to give the folks working behind the scenes a follow as well.
Yep, our wonderful tracker, Mr. Versetti, and our restreamer, Monochi.
And also, if you are interested in joining the community, we have a lot of fun programs planned for new racers, including this race that you're watching right now. So if you're interested in trying it out and want to jump into races, just let us know and join the Discord.
Yep, if you ever have any questions or problems with anything, just... We've got a channel set up just for that, and we'll be happy to answer whatever questions you may have.
All right, Girl Drink Drunk, gotta pick up some dynamite. Can we just throw it at Chaos?
Well, it probably won't work because it's probably won't work as well since it's all wet.
I guess that's true, and I mean it's. With the time loop and all, it's 2,000-year-old dynamite. So lots of progress being made in clearing out these dungeons, but it looks like. Girl Drink Drunk is going to be the first to 4 orbs, and he really just put his foot on the gas once he found that Mazmune.
I'll have to see what levels we're looking at for their party, and we'll see if the not having that second ribbon or the power gauntlet, we'll see if that hurts their chances any.
Kraken seems to be following the script. Just bops the black mage in the back row, who also doesn't die for Girl Drink Drunk. So just I don't know. Must have caught Kraken sleeping or something. Still drowsy.
Oh, we didn't see that before though. Damage poison.
Oof, yeah, that's a rough one. And Girl
and Thunder too.
Okay.
Oh my.
So all right, so that's where the nasty stuff has shown up, and he's really committing to the instant death strategy on the other two characters. So I don't know if he's trying to fill out his bingo board or what, but doesn't look like he's gonna get that.
But Kraken goes down regardless, and okay, level 28. That's pretty good. That's pretty good level for the end game.
Yeah, so pretty solid overall. Probably just gonna stock up on some heals before heading over to Temple of Fiends. So 4 orbs for Girl Drink Drunk, 2 for Neon, 3 for Saint, and 3 for Elastoid. So still pretty close race. If Temple of Fiends proves to be a meat grinder, then we could definitely see any one of these runners catch up.
So the fact that we've seen damage, poison, and thunder, those aren't from the major. Those aren't from the Topher pool, right?
No, so those are just happen to be some pretty strong abilities landing on the boss here. So see if Elastoid has a little bit better luck.
Definitely 10 hits for 1271.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And he lights his 4th orb as Girl Drink Drunk is about to enter. So yeah, we have a sub-hour Topher entry by the slimmest of margins, but there it is.
Yeah, and looking at both the room that our racers are in, plus the room that the veterans are in, nobody has finished yet.
Yeah, even if you know you're going to be in go mode early, still a lot of dungeons to dig out, and certainly if you did them in any order other than Volcano first, you could definitely see digging out more chests than you have to.
And St. Von Jester finishing off Tiamat, while Neon Gray is cleaning out the waterfall.
Yep, so got to pick up that bottle and along with all of the chests in here.
Which really have nothing worth getting.
You never know. Could be anything.
But we know it's nothing. So I didn't see what was on the trap tile at the Phantom spot.
Yeah, both the runners just zipping through, and I believe they are on different encounter cycles as well.
Yeah, it's looking that way, though. They're pretty close together. It looks like actually Elastoid just took the lead.
Yeah,
for a brief moment.
This is gonna seesaw back and forth depending on how fights and how encounters go. But yeah, they are.
And apparently it was the wizards on the trap tile.
Oh, we've got purple worms that are unrunnable, and Girl Drink Drunk dodges that completely. So that's the green Medusas are unrunnable too.
Oh boy, and the worms have cremate. Although I think they don't have that much for health. They were able to. The knight was able to take them out with about 600 damage. So.
Yeah, they also have.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's the worst, and Girl Drink Drunk's just gonna reset.
And the Elastoid's about to get the same news. Oh dear.
Girl Drink Drunk doesn't have life on the night.
Oh, but it looks like Elastoid's going to escape the Green Medusa fight. It's not going to find out that they have Death Touch.
Never even saw it.
Oh, boy, that is going to be so lucky if he's able to get out of this floor without encountering them again.
So that is...
And while it was massive XP, sure, but it doesn't... If you die, you can't take it with you. Alright, so Lich 2.
So,
and St. Von Jester has entered Topher as well.
Yeah, not Blastoid not disrespecting Lich and is just gonna fast up, and yeah, 10 hits, 724. Have a good night.
Level 7 nuke, I don't believe so, because that was in Gaia. Or were this level 7 spells in Gaia Red Wizard learnable? I forget now.
I never actually picked them up. It's something I don't know off the top of my head. Usually the Red Mage doesn't have charges for it by the time I get to the end game.
Because I know there's, at least in Black Magic, there's 2 spells that the Red Wizard can learn. It's either the 2 in Onrak or the 2 in Gaia. I forget which ones.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. And I'm gonna cut through... Go Drink Drunk's gonna cut through these worms. Incentive chests have a tent, so... No, it screwed up his heal potions!
Oh, dear.
And Saint's gonna bounce. He's gonna go outside, use the tent, and save, and go back in.
Well, hey, that saved whatever XP you got along the way. Meanwhile, carry 2.
That's always the danger of checking those chests if you've had your items arranged just so.
And carry goes down. Didn't see any carry actually do anything.
Alright, so Elastoid onto the water floor. Neon is about to head into Sea Shrine.
And Elastoid taking this fight of waters. Of course, you got a stack of Ice 3s. What else are you going to do with them? Oh, but Girl Drink Drunk's got another pack of Green Medusas. And, oh, boy.
Oh, that nuke low-rolled the back row, so...
but the Fate will finish him off.
Yeah, and at least the life carrier lives.
But that was 13,000 XP. My goodness. That's a lot of XP right there. But now Kraken 2. Oh, this is often a gatekeeper in these things. Let's see what we got now. And we got starting off with Fire 3.
Yeah, and you got to be happy to see that. Looks like he rolled pretty solid Absorb, though. So the double fast is definitely going to be crucial. And yeah, he's just going to go for the all-out offense strategy. I might save a temper in this case.
No, yeah, I think he's put temper on the ninja, actually. Yep. And I didn't see what Kraken used just then, but it wasn't much.
It looked like a lit 2.
And there's Fire 2.
So, nice nice AI scripting for Elastoid, and he's going to get through this fight just fine.
Yeah, we didn't see Kraken swing, though, so if we see that happening, we could still see Light Warrior go down real quick. And it looks like St. Von Jester's getting the bad news about our lovely Green Medusas.
Yeah, a little rough. We'll see if he's got life on the night, though.
Yes, he does.
And he does. That makes up for a host of nasty things that could possibly happen. So,
And hey, that was also a good 20k XP. That is just seeing the XP values go into 5 digits. It blows my mind sometimes, especially when it's not like a war mech or something.
yeah, it's especially nice that the old overflow glitch doesn't happen anymore, because those fights like that used to just be 0 experience.
Oof, ouch. Alright, so we got Lastoid against Tiamat 2.
And Tiamat 2 seems to be pretty beefy as well, so gonna saber up with the ninja.
Straight up using Saber.
Yeah, and throws up a fog too as well.
Although, what just took out the Black Wizard?
That was just a big old punch.
Okay, fair enough. And apparently Carry 2 has nuclear.
Cure 4 is gonna fix that right up though.
Did they have Cure 4?
Yep. Girl Drink Drunk had it on the Red Mage, I believe.
Okay. I never saw what level that was.
Alright, so...
Lastoid making it to the Chaos floor.
And Neon makes short work of Kraken, so third orb lit for her. And here comes the Chaos fight.
And look, the big Gershard Big Eye is unrunnable.
I heard you like experience. We'll have all the experience you can stand.
That was about 459, I think that was. So, didn't roll much for Absorb. Let's see if what else Chaos got.
And so, Girl Drink Drunk is on pace to finish at level 32, so this shouldn't be too bad of a run for him.
And Chaos uses ink.
Lastoid just gonna dump these nukes and fades. And
Chaos swings and only does about 200 damage.
Yeah, the armor on the ninja doing the necessary work.
Still, even only did about 250 to the Red Wizard. It was enough to take him out, but still.
Yeah, Chaos is usually at his
Ooh,
scariest.
but there's Crack.
Yeah, Chaos usually at his scariest.
But Chaos goes down, and the Lastoid finishes first in our newbie race. An official SRL time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 24 seconds. GG.
Yeah, nice when he doesn't roll multiple hits. He's got a lot of attack power, but only on 2 hits. So when the hit rate stays low, you're usually in for a pretty good fight. We'll see if we can get him in for an interview.
Meanwhile, we have Saint Von Jester on the water floor, and Girl Drink Drunk just leaving the water floor. Just doing a quick little hero run over to Team Matsu. Oh, Team Matsu has Quad X.
Well, that means only one thing. You gotta give it back to her.
So I find it interesting that having the Red Wizard using Saber.
And we're joined by a Lastoid right now. GG.
You finally won one.
Yep, congratulations.
Much.
So, what did you think of this scene? Oh, man. We're seeing things on other runner's side that you got lucky on that you did not see. Probably the biggest one was seeing the Green Medusas had Death Touch.
Death Touch?
Yes.
Oh, well, I have 2 people with life. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like, if they kill one of my guys, I'm fine. Like, if they manage to kill both the fighter and the red mage, then yeah, okay, that's a reset. But
Well,
Yeah,
the thing is, at the time, Girl Drink Drunk was pretty much step for step with you. You both pretty much had that encounter at the same time. You got out of it unscathed. Girl Drink Drunk, not so much.
your decision to get Life on the Night was pretty pivotal. Go Drink Drunk doesn't have it, and was just left with Knight and Ninja coming out of that fight.
potentially rough. I don't know. I think it was. I can't remember whether it was Kraken or Tiamat or Chaos, but there was one of them that had Absorb that I just could not stand. I think it was Tiamat, and I wound up resorting to throwing out Fades and Nukes.
Yeah, meanwhile, Saint Von Jester finishing off Kraken 2 with Quad X.
I always forget who resists death. I'm always tempted to use Quad X. I'm like, no, not in a race. I'll look that up.
And meanwhile, Tiamat 2, we saw Tiamat 2 had Quad X and Zap. And apparently Poison Touch as well.
Poison Touch might actually have been a problem for me. I realized as soon as I was in Topher that I only had 3 Pures.
And I think in the Chaos fight, I think the only thing of consequence we saw them throw against you was Crack.
Missed my ninja, so that was okay.
Meanwhile, we got Girl Drink Drunk against fighting against Chaos, so we'll see how that fight goes.
This is all him.
Yeah, 2 hits for 109. That's Chaos did not roll high for damage today. And Saint Von Jester, having beaten Tiamat 2, is now having to deal with the unrunnable Zombie D Wiz Vampire group.
I ran into those in a Sky Palace, and they actually nearly caused trouble.
Yeah, I noticed that when you encountered those, it's like, yeah, that's something to watch out for in Topher, and we're seeing that play itself out now. And there's the Crack, taking out the Ninja.
Good hits on Chaos.
Ooh, there's Thunder from Chaos, though.
But yeah, 600 life on the Knight, and
but it's kind of bad that the Red Wizard is resorting to using Fire 2, and we're down to just the Knight. But it's enough. Down goes Chaos. GG.
Yeah, Girl Drink Drunk finishing with SRL time of 1:16:11, and we'll try to get them into chat for an interview.
And Neon Grey taking out a pack of Green Medusas with a triple shot of Bane as Saint Von Jester enters the Chaos fight.
Yeah, one thing that's good about the Green Medusa pack is compared to most late game enemies, they do not have very high magic defense. So Bane pretty good to break out for that.
Crack taking out the Red Wizard. Yeah, as Neon Grey taking on Lich 2. And St. Von Jester using heel helmet strats. I like this.
Still has a fast charge available on the ninja. And is going to attempt to stop Chaos, and it's going to be a pretty low percentage of the time that's going to work.
If it works, though, he looks brilliant.
And we're joined now by Girl Drink Drunk, GG.
GG. That was quite a wobbly start.
Yeah,
but you did have a strong finish.
Yeah, I'm just getting the jitters out, and like I've been getting better week by week, but still, like sometimes that happens.
Yeah, but with respect to the overall race, I would say once you found the Mazmune, you were pretty much you put the pedal down and were in the lead for up until that unfortunate run-in with the Green Medusas.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. That was even a first encounter. I wouldn't have even known how to dodge that with encounter table manipulation, which is still a weak part of my game, but hitting that first off was pretty rough. But stuff happens. It's randomizer.
Yeah, I guess I think the only thing that would have helped was Life on the Night. Wasn't sure if you saw that at level 2.
Oh yeah, I remembered Pro Rings were in Provoca, and I just never got around to getting back there. That may have had me. I may have been able to recover from that. Yeah. Oh well.
And meanwhile, we have our third place finisher, St. Von Jester, with a SRL time of 1:18:19.
But still, very good finish on your part. So GG, girlfriend.
Thanks, GG.
And we're joined by St. Von Jester now. GG.
Thank you very much. That went by fast. That was you found all the key items and you just got experience points left and right.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about the XP. When the extra XP gains for key items, things tend to escalate after a while.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to I found the floater right away, and then I found the canoe in Provoca, and I just kept right on going and grabbed all the key items. And as I was doing key items, anytime that I would face an unrunnable, I'd fight it and gain like 2-3 levels. It was nice. I jumped out after the first gas dragons just so I can save it real quick because I got all the experience points, and I was like, that probably cost me a good minute or two. So, but everything else didn't seem to hurt, so that was good.
Yeah, probably one of the biggest threats in Topher ended up being those green Medusas.
Yeah, death touch is not a thing.
Especially when it's an unrunnable encounter.
Well, I sat there. I'm sitting there like, okay, aren't ribbons supposed to protect it against that? I was staring at my red mage, like he's got a ribbon, and apparently he doesn't. So I just decided
ribbon does not help you against whatever touch.
So I just blew him up.
Yeah, we've seen a couple different ways of dealing with them. I believe we saw fire being used. We saw Neon Gray using a triple shot of Bane to take out a group, unscathed no less.
Oh, nice.
And Neon dropping the quad X on carry right now.
What spell level was Fast at?
1.
Yeah, Fast was on 1, I believe, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about its existence the whole game. That would have made the end gauntlet a bit easier.
Yeah, I was able to fast. I found the Mazamune, the Vorpal, and I had access to the Excalibur, so I had all the key items I needed to just win. So that's what I went for.
If it was jitters or whatever, but I also forgot that I had Fast to admit. And the same thing with Exit. So both of those level 1, I realized way too late. Oh, I've already got this. I don't need to be looking for this.
Oh, Big Eyes have crack too. Oh, man.
So do we know if Neon Gray got a laugh on the?
Well,
battle?
the crack hit the ninja, so definitely has life on the Red Wizard at least. And Neon Gray heading into the Kraken fight, which turned out to be not as bad as it usually is.
Yeah, Kraken's the bane of my existence, and I was really happy that Kraken didn't do anything.
Yeah, just like throwing out mid-range spells, and you'll take that any day versus 10 hits for 1200 damage.
Yeah,
Did we see nuclear?
I believe didn't Carrie had like nuke or nuclear or something like that?
One of the fiends definitely don't do. I think a bunch.
And Kraken goes down for Neon Gray. One more fiend to go, and then it's off to Chaos.
Yeah, and with level, looks like a lot of people finished off at around level 30 something. So the experience pile up at the end of the game seemed to make this pretty safe.
And Neon Gray not even using. Tiamat has Swirl. See, Neon Gray not even using fast or anything, just going in with the attack spells right off the bat. With the helping of Quad X, but the Fate takes it down first.
There's the Poogle special, but she's just gonna dodge it, and exactly as many heal potions as you need. It's gonna do a quick check of the equipment before moving on.
Ooh, moving the ribbon over to the knight.
Moving the Masmian over the knight as well. I like it.
And let's see how well this Chaos fight goes. See if Chaos throws out something that we hadn't seen yet.
There's the fasts and the power buff. So far so good.
Although I'm not sure how, even with Fast and Saber, I don't know how much damage the ninja's going to do with the Bane Sword.
Well, if the ninja burns all the saber charges, Oh, I thought the ninja would have 4. Looks like not
No, he's
much.
only got one more. Did 6 hits for 58.
That's a bit more than I was actually expecting.
And there's Crack taking down the Red Wizard.
Yeah, as long as that Black Mage lives to cast Temper, though, this is going to be a pretty short fight.
Oh, was that 1600?
That was 10 for 1600. So yeah, exactly why. And
yeah, that was
how about
another
852,
and down goes Chaos. Holy cow! And Neon Gray finishing 4th place in our race with a official SRL time of 1:28:04.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get Neon in for an interview. So it looks like a lot of the players elected to throw out Fades and Nukes versus those high Absorb Fiends. And I like the move. A lot of times you could have a Tiamat that rolled kind of low on the HP side and just get through in 2 or 3 turns just with magic alone. And we're joined by Neon right now. GG.
Hey, thank you.
So, what did you think of this seed?
Yeah, I was, I'm still kind of pokey, but, hey. Went pretty smooth overall, aside from me just being slow, so, yay.
Well, so if I'm not sure how I should phrase it, but it's like, I guess worry about getting it done right before getting it done fast, I guess. Because if you're screwing up or whatever, it doesn't matter how fast you are.
Yeah, it's just figuring out the parts of, you know, stuff that doesn't seem immediately wrong, but actually is, and that's slowing you down. But I'll work that out as I go.
Yeah, because we all have the habits that we've ingrained in ourselves prior to experiencing this randomizer. Goodness knows I have them.
Oh yeah. Still, I'm pretty happy with that. Nothing, you know, aside from the double stone up in the sky, which was not a serious problem. You know, weren't any actual like issues overall, so I think that was okay.
I noticed that while you were up there, and I also noticed you didn't have soft potions, so I was hoping that wouldn't slow you down too much.
Yeah, I went to go check and see if I had them, and I was like, oh, I don't. But you know, it really wasn't an issue at all. Like, you know, the ninja was up. I could run from anything that was remotely threatening, and you know, I had stopping power for days, like AoEs everywhere.
So in Topher, what did you think of those green Medusas? Because I remember I happened to notice you taking out a group of them with the triple shot of Bane.
Well, they were unrunnable, I think. Pretty much everything I ran into once I started hitting elemental floors was unrunnable, but
Oh, so I guess you didn't. I guess you didn't experience it. Those green Medusas had death touch.
oh, did they? Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. They went down like big snaky sacks of XP for me.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that they're good for. Yeah, a couple of you and Elastoid got lucky that you never actually got hit with that, but a couple of our other runners, they got a good taste of death right there.
Ouch. But
it's kind of bad that you have like 7 of them and you can't run away from them either.
yeah, and and they hit like 1,000,000 times, because every snake gotta get a bite in. But every snake also breathes, so, when everybody can bane, they all go down pretty fast.
And thankfully, the fiends and Topher didn't really pose that much of a threat this time around.
Yeah, not really. I was a little bit worried with, their spells, just because I only had the one ribbon, but, it wasn't anything I couldn't heal through or just life 2 through.
Meanwhile, we have our two racers that were not on Restream, a Tiny Fairy and Sonny Wraith 11, both deep in Topher. But as far as the Restream goes, I think we're about to call it a night. Anything in particular you want to make mention of, Edgeworth?
No, I think that about covers it. Let's get some final thoughts from the runners, though. See, Saint, any final thoughts on this scene?
Pick this game up. It is really fun. If you like Final Fantasy, it's definitely a challenge if you want to experience it like I have. It's much more of a challenge to randomize all the items than just going through the game over and over and over again. It's a blast.
All right. Neon, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, like what SVJ said, it's a lot of fun, and the other thing too is it's also really exciting even just hanging out and seeing practically every night what the dev team is coming up with, because, there's new developments pretty much every day, and they're not small developments, they're huge. They've got, like, procedurally generated maps, like, playable now. You could play that right now if you wanted.
All right, and Elastoid, tonight's winner. How about you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Particularly, it's fun with the randomizer. You can make use of all the useless information that you might have had, like if you were speed running Final Fantasy, then you don't really need to know anything about like the black belt stats or what the thief does, because you're never going to use them. So it's sort of cool that normally use and tactics that you wouldn't normally use wind up coming up here. Wrath just killed Chaos. That was cool.
Yep, Sonny Wraith finishing with an official SRL time of 1:35:25.
Hey, GG, Sonny.
Yeah, congrats to Sonny Wrath. So lots of pretty nice times, I would say, in this race. So it's always nice to see the community growing. But I think with the new crop of folks that we've seen after the tournament, there's been a lot of impressive new players joining, and I hope that trend continues. This game's a blast, and it's always nice to see the community grow. So I think that about covers it. Anything you have, Melee?
Just give our runners a follow. They put on a wonderful show for us tonight. Also give a follow to our wonderful tracker, Mr. Versetti, our restreamer Monochi, and also my co-commentator Edgeworth here. So I guess alongside him, I am Melee Wizard, and have a nice night.